So Pauline Hanson has said some interesting things in the last week. She says she's fed up with being called a racist.
Oh, it must be very annoying. People call her that all the time.
Yeah, she's fed up with it. She just
Fed
doesn't
up.
want to be called a racist anymore. What's your take on it, Nick? I know you've got a soft spot for her.
I do. I kind of like Pauline. I don't. It's a love-hate thing. What really frustrates me about her is the way everything she does just drags us back another 10 years. She's gone to the reef, you know. She's jumped in.
Touch the coral.
Yeah, sure. You're not allowed to
One
touch
coral.
the
There was only one
She's
coral.
like, this coral's fine.
Look at it.
It's clearly all right.
It's only one.
She's like thousands of k's from where the problem is. And there's been a study come out today that says the northern part of the reef is barked.
Yeah.
Like 2/3 of it are dead. We kind of knew this was going to happen. And in the meantime, I'm fed up with being racist. I'm fed up with I just watched this party, and it's great sport if it didn't frustrate me so much, just because we're just going back in time too much.
Do you think
for me.
it's that whole Trumpism thing again, though? I mean, I know she was so, I don't know, gung-ho about her ideas prior to this, but do you think the level of confidence has been lifted now ever since Trump
absolutely.
has won in the US?
Well, you know, you remember when Trump won, there was her and her other senators, Malcolm Roberts was one of them, were toasting Trump with a glass of champagne, and it was absolutely hilarious at the front of Parliament. Now, I agree with you. I think she feels emboldened to be able to say this sort of stuff.
But she doesn't. What is she? She
But
never
she doesn't
actually
really need
says
to be
anything.
emboldened to do anything anyway. She's
know, I
just
guess
the
that's
She
same.
right.
doesn't say anything, and it's like, really, how do you deal with these people?
We spoke off air about, her actually believing in what she says. Now, she's probably, I'd say, I don't know. She's pretty much the only one that comes to mind right now, a politician, that you can definitely say she believes in what she says and she's not conflicted.
She's either a
Like,
very good actress or she actually truly
she
believes
does believe it, right? And I think that's what really resonates with a lot of Australians. They see somebody who's not totally conflicted by profitability or money or anything like that, and she's putting it all out on the table. Okay, she might be a bit too passionate, right?
About what though?
Yeah,
What the fuck is
exactly.
she talking about? She's like, the reef's fine. Everyone goes, no, it's not. We're scientists. We've done
and then-
studies.
and
Plus,
then she says-
we're pumping all this crap into it. Of course, it's going to ruin it. She's like, nah, it's all right.
And not only that, then she also came out, didn't she, and said, what does it mean to be Aboriginal? There's no definition of Aboriginality. It's like,
She's a bit silly.
I mean, really, there
come
is-
on.
there is
And
that.
even the comment about I'm fed up with being called a racist and nobody can point to anything I've ever said or done that's racist. It's like, do you actually know what the word racism means? And how can you not know that the things you've said in your maiden speech are racist? Like they are. Just own it and move on.
It is dog whistling though. We're not really the intended audience. Maybe Sasha is. It's not for our benefit.
True,
A lot
true.
of their reef and climate
True.
change stuff is speaking to farmers in Queensland's far north who think that they're going to get fucked over if we change the way we do things up there. There's stuff like that. It's a similar thing with what Dutton said. He's like, yep, it's the Lebanese. And that upsets the sensibilities of most people. It's a fairly dangerous thing to say. There were the death threats to
Anne Ali.
after that. And all of that kind of stuff. They don't really care. They're not talking to us. They're not talking to Anne Ali. They're talking to their base, in a way.
And that's politics, and I get that. But what is so frustrating is that she's going to be around for another 6 years at least, I think, if she's on the longer
I
Senate
don't reckon
term.
some of her senators are going to go the distance.
No, they
so-
might not, but she's likely to. And if I have to listen to this time and time again, I'm just going to go nuts. I would rather... I don't know, they reported in North Queensland, wherever people want to hear it, and no one else listens to it.
You want someone to just completely agree with you every
Yes,
time. You
I
want to
do.
turn on the TV and go,
Yes,
you know what?
I do.
Well, there is somebody that completely replicates my mind.
Yes, and that's what Pauline Hanson supporters want. They want someone to basically talk to the
No, they
things
don't.
that
They
they're
want
interested
debate.
in.
They want debate.
they
Because
don't.
you know what? This is the thing. You bring up something and you straight away you're called politically correct and you don't want to upset the crowd and whatever. Let's just have a debate. Is there anything wrong about that? The mere fact that you guys have the shits, that she's coming out and saying what she wants to say, you're actually going against the principles and everything that democracy stands for.
Yeah, but my issue with... Look, see, this is my problem. Like, if
Let
you-
her say her bit. That's
Okay,
it.
fine, but
You know?
she gets to
You
say
gotta
a
stop
bit.
bitching.
Yeah,
Oh,
When she
she's
comes
upset.
out, when she gets to say a bit, she comes out and she's like, I'm sick of being called a racist. And there's no climate change. And if we don't sort this out now, then this country's going down the shit. Like,
Yeah.
And
what the
it's not.
fuck are you going to debate over all of
Exactly.
that? If you go back into a better time, like more like in early 90s in Australian politics, there was a very clear demarcation between conservative and leftist politics, but they still debated on things where it was like, here's my economic plan. And the other person said, well, that's stupid, here's mine. And that was like
That's
the
right.
quality of debate.
Exactly. And
Now,
that's- you
it's
don't have
like the
that now.
debate is, are Aborigines Aborigines?
Exactly. I'm with
But
you
do
on
we
this.
blame her for
100%,
that?
Nick.
Do we blame
yes,
her for that?
we do, because
Yes,
she's
directly.
in a position.
I think it is-
Can I say something?
Yeah, you can.
She's in a position of power. Okay, she's
Yep.
been elected. We, the taxpayers, pay for her.
That's
Just
right.
take her
And
seat
someone
in
voted
Canberra.
for her.
True, and I understand that she's entitled to take her seat in Canberra.
Mm.
But when you're in a position of power, you have responsibilities, and I think it's important to speak in an appropriate way. Now, I don't think it's helpful for anyone for her to come out and say the things she says, and then to backpedal and say, "Oh, I'm fed up with being called a racist."
Where's
I
her
just
policy?
don't agree with
What
it.
I want to know is I just want to hear her say a positive thing. Like she complains a lot. She's always whinging about this is wrong, this is that. Whites don't
Yeah, I'm
have
with
a
you on
voice.
that.
All of that stuff. If you want to say whites don't have a voice, right? Fine. Okay, that's what you think. What are you doing for them? I haven't heard her come up with a policy.
She's speaking up for him in her mind.
She speaks up for them, but she doesn't take it the step further. The speaking up part is the campaign trail. That's where you go out and you say, I'm going to pull you up, by your shoestrings out of this swamp that you're in or whatever. And then once you get elected, the idea is that you implement your plans to do that. But really, all we're getting is more of the same
He
shit.
said,
from
she
her.
said, and that's all it is.
Like-
But that's all it is everywhere. That's the way it was in the US as well during the
Well, it'll be
election.
interesting to see what happens with Trump now if he can
well,
deliver.
how many
He's
times did you
backed
hear them
off on
talking
it.
about policies and whatever? It's just about discrediting the
I
other
know,
party.
I
But that's
know.
where it is everywhere.
Yeah, but it's annoying, and I just think that they need to move on.
I think the way she's gone about the whole climate change thing, I think she's done that. I think that's wrong. I think she's got to put it in a different way. I don't think most people actually care about climate change.
I disagree with you.
No. I'm telling you, you care symbolically, okay? Me too. I say yes. The atmosphere is going to shit and we need to save the planet. But yes, but you know what I care about? You know what most people care about? Is the first Tuesday of every month whether the rates are going to go higher by the RBA.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you now, people aren't going home thinking, geez, you know what? It's getting a bit hotter out there. Because you know why? Because at the end of the day, they know that this shit is going to hit the fan long after they're gone. So no one really cares. And if you really want to get this shit done, well, then you've got to start complaining
I don't know.
to the higher powers.
I think that people do care, and I think increasingly they do. I don't have any numbers
Yeah,
on
but
polling, but as I understood
Forget
it,
the
the polls
polls.
do
They
show.
fucked up in the US. What good are they? Okay, regardless of that. I'm just
You're
saying.
sounding like Tony Abbott.
When it comes to self-interest, okay, and it comes to the issues, people are always going to pick their hip pocket.
And self-interest. Yeah,
And
for
self-interest,
sure,
you know.
for
Okay,
sure.
Well, I
it's
think
great to have a debate about it. Yeah, no, I think it's wrong. Okay, and I do. I think the
I think you
temperature's
should
up.
give
You
people
hate
more
the hate.
credit than they're giving
You should
them.
be more invested in this than anybody I know.
Why is that?
Because you hate the hate.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
Yeah, I'm Harry.
Well,
Sorry.
on that point, we'll wrap that story up.